All right, viewers, I welcome you to our YouTube channel. Thank you for always tuning in and coming to watch and hear our opinions and our views. I'm sure that you've subscribed already, and if you haven't, I think this is another opportunity for you to enjoy one of our most shared videos from the experiences we've gathered. Today, we'll be talking about something interesting, and the topic is the impact of social media on mental health and well being. Social media, just like we all know, has come to stay. It is one platform where both the young, the old, and everybody has been so engaged with, because it fosters and brings connectivity where it is possible to get easy communications and faster communications, sometimes even cheaper communications with social media. So when you mention social media to anybody, the first thing that crosses the person's mind is the likes of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, X, and all of that. All right. Now, this social media has a positive impact and the negative impact, but sometimes we only generalize and measure on the positives, neglecting or forgetting that it is accompanied with challenges that are in the negative. This video will help you understand a few of these things just because we are considering our time. Now let's look at it. Positively, I'd like to say that I mentioned connectivity before. With social media now, it is easy to reconnect with family, friends, and even old-time schoolmates. All right, and then you see that that is helping in our century or in this generation to make a lot of things easier for us. I heard that somebody once mentioned that if online persons or people who go online and gather together, it will mean that we will have a third country, because there are people who cannot do without going online or chatting or communicating or using. In fact, one of the things that comes to mind the moment you ask, give me your account or what's your username, is not necessarily other platforms like bank and all of that. What crosses the mind is social media. So social media has come to stay. But I like us to see that there are the negative impacts, which are the challenges and the problems, which is why this video is coming out to help one or two or more persons out there who over time are so carried away and not minding their mental health when it comes to social media. If you go online, trust me, I know you know that you will see a lot of things going on, and for competition's sake or for wanting to meet up the standard, you will be pushed to believe that the way people are pushing out content of videos or posts and all, that is what is happening to them. Meanwhile, most of these people are just living fake life. So because you really want to meet up, you're seeing your friend posting a picture of one dedication or and let's say luxurious wedding lifestyle or spending during his wedding, or you're seeing your friend or your mate or somebody you were parties with in the past, all right, driving an expensive car or cruising big and wearing expensive clothes, it becomes a problem. Now depression sets in for anyone who is not careful to wash he or herself mentally. You now begin to imagine and say, so na so life don't be like this person is already prospering and going, and I'm just here, what's happening to me? From depression, you can now separate yourself from the crowd and you become lonely. From loneliness, one thing leads to the other. You are deciding and taking ill decisions. Because in our generation today, we see that the issue of quick money is making a lot of people run to their early graves. Because people really want to make it. You are just there and you are seeing that on Facebook or on the status elsewhere or any of these apps, you see people already flaunting what they have. And because you don't have, it becomes a problem for you. You really want to meet up, right? It affects your mental health. It affects your well-being, because health is general. It's not just when you don't have illness or disease. It is when both your social, your physical, and your financial state is in place. That is, it is well checked and it is in place. So if you are well, it means that both your mentality is sound. Let's say that you use the phone too much and then the phone screen light sets into your eyes. It can affect your visibility or your ability to see. There are people who are so glued to the phone. This is not to say phones or gadgets or technology or social media is bad. This is just to say there has to be a balance between how we use social media, how we use technology and our gadget, with how we don't use them. This is not even to say I am attempting to dissuade you from using your social media or using your phones. But I need you to understand that too much of everything they say it's a disease. When the thing becomes too much, it's out of line. So why not you take a retrospect and check back these actions of yours? Are you using phones too much? Are you over operating the gadgets? Are you running out of the normal scale or out of what it is supposed to be? Are you within the time frame? If we take statistics now, will you be among the very few persons who know when and how to use phones and when not to? Remember, we're talking about the impact of social media on mental health and well-being. So you need to understand these things, even though they look neglected or minor, as if they are not important. Trust me, they truly are. If you take time to consider all of these things in totality, in details, you will get to understand that most of the problems we have, we are the ones bringing these problems to ourselves. For example, if you are not into any competition with anybody, there's no point disturbing yourself. You will understand that there's time for everything. Once your time comes, your own things will come to you. But if you're in a hurry, you want money, you want possessions, you want material things, you will see that before you know it, you will now begin to feel depressed. And who knows, if you don't manage it well, or you don't report or have counselors or people who can help you out of it, it becomes a major problem that leads to death. We see that young people these days are dying. Some just slum and die, some don't even know what happens to them. And if you trace it, it can be that they are already considering themselves to be failure. They see that they are not meeting up. They see that it appears as if they've been left behind. All right. And so in a bid to meet up, they really want to do everything. We are aware that it is social media they use to scam people, hack people's accounts, and then they use it to attack other people or to scam other people. So ladies and gentlemen, viewers, I hope you've been able to see that within this short period you've watched this video, you've seen that there's so much positively, the advantages, the merit of social media, as well as the lie in there, even though it's not too glaring. All right, if you neglect it, if not for me, I will say it's obvious, the negatives, the challenges, and the impact negatively of social media on our mental health and our well-being. One thing that keeps us going is if your mental health mental health is in check and is right or correct, you will tend to be productive. You will tend to be agile to do a lot and increasingly add to yourself or multiply the things you do. But if your mental health is down, not functioning rightly, your well-being too will not be right, and as such you will not be productive. And you know that you cannot stay as a person that is not productive in this our economy and succeed. For you to be productive, one thing you have to do is make sure your mental health is in check and you're completely well by managing how much you spend on social media. Thank you very much for your time. I hope to see you again in our next video. If you've not subscribed, please do like and drop your comments. Thank you for your time.